Why does it seem like so many Teslas get run into by loose shopping carts? We have a theory, and in this video we'll use 25 clips to prove it. See, we believe there exists a powerful demonic entity that possesses shopping carts and uses them to damage Teslas. Now, we don't know why, but don't get hung up on that. The devil's not in the details. Don't believe us? Keep watching, if you dare, and you'll see the proof with your own eyes. That's a confirmed hit. Ouch! Chris had parked his Model 3 outside of a grocery store in Riverton, Utah. When he came back, Sentry Mode had captured footage of what looks like a possessed cart backing out of its stall, turning around and attacking his Tesla. Luckily, there was only minimal damage this time, but Chris now lives in fear of what his phantom attacker will try next. Josh had parked his Model 3 outside of a local store on a very windy day in Riverside, California. The entire Southern California region was under a high wind warning. We know what that means. The cart demon was out hunting for victims. Right as Josh was leaving the store, he got a notification that Sentry Mode had been triggered, and soon he heard his alarm going off in the parking lot. Josh saw the shopping cart next to his car where it had stopped after the impact. When he reviewed the footage, he saw what had happened. The wind was so strong that it blew the shopping cart from the other side of the parking lot to ricochet off a Nissan Sentra before slamming into the rear of Josh's Tesla. It left spider's web-like fractures on the bumper cover. He got a repair estimate from Tesla, and they told him it would cost at least $1,600 to repair since they'd need to take the bumper cover off. Josh isn't sure if he'll get it fixed since Southern California drivers are crazy, and he isn't sure when he might have another Wham Bam submission to share. Marcus was putting his groceries in the trunk of his Model Y when a woman sent a cart toward his car like a missile. This is exciting. Cue up the action music, please. Marcus heard the noise of the cart and was able to catch it before it hit his car. Phew, that was a close one. Chris had parked his Model 3 outside a store in Las Vegas, Nevada when Sentry Mode caught this video. This woman loads her groceries into her car beside the Tesla and doesn't bother to return the cart to the corral. Just seconds after she leaves, the wind pushes the cart into the Tesla. Chris says there was no damage, but it was still irritating since the cart corral was just in front of their cars. Ali had parked his Model 3 outside a Walmart in Sacramento, California when the cart demon struck once again. Cue up the dramatic music, please. Luckily, it was just a warning from the cart demon this time, as the cart ended up missing the Tesla by mere inches. Phew! Cyber had parked his 3-week-old Model 3 in Asheville, North Carolina. The cart demon possessed the cart of a lady who wasn't paying attention, setting its sights on the Tesla. Cyber received a notification that his alarm had gone off, so he immediately ran out of the store. The lady quickly drove away just as he got back to his car. Judging by her reaction, it looks like she felt bad about it at least. Thankfully, there was no visible damage to the car. This video comes from a submitter who had parked his Model 3 in a store parking lot in Melbourne, Australia. When he got back to his car, he found 3 dents, scratches, and a scuffed and misaligned mirror. While reviewing the Sentry Mode footage, take a look at what he found. A woman's shopping cart rolled away, and apparently she had lost all control of it as it actually managed to hit a couple of cars. She then left without even leaving a note or contact information. The submitter filed a police report the same day. His case was assigned to an officer a week later, and by then, the parking lot's security footage had already been erased. The police closed the case without taking any further action. Okay, let's see what we've got here. This is a Model 3 parked in Norway. Oh no, a shopping cart! Let's hope this isn't what I think it is. The cart demon strikes again. Hold on tight. Well folks, that's a confirmed hit. The submitter says the cart made a small dent, but he thinks it's too small to bother involving the police. Well, it looks like the cart demon has finally met his match. Shopping carts are apparently no challenge for this happy guy, who lunged to stop one just in time while laughing at the cart demon. This video from Jenny shows a Honda bump, but it's a little different than the ones we usually see. In this video, the cart demon bumps into an unsuspecting Honda. Apparently on its own, a cart backed out of the cart corral, turned and made a beeline toward the back of Jenny's Tesla. Suddenly, it changed direction and bumped into the Honda instead, sliding down the whole side of the car. Jenny told us the Wham Bam TeslaCam logo actually looks a little like her other car, a 1960 Nash Metropolitan. She's owned that car since 1987 and says it's almost as fun to drive as her Tesla. Sean had parked his Model 3 in Fort Worth, Texas when Sentry Mode captured the cart demon in action. The cart struck his Tesla straight on, causing a dent and some scratches to his rear bumper cover. Sean hasn't fixed the damage yet, as he's waiting until he can also afford to replace the paint protection film and ceramic coating. Aaron was at a local store picking up a new SSD to use with TeslaCam to finally get rid of the digital artifacts, choppy recordings, pink screens, etc. That's when Sentry Mode caught one last incident on his old thumb drive. Okay, what do we have here? A shopping cart? Uh-oh. I think we know where this is going. The cart demon is about to strike again. Phew, that was a close call. Wait, now what's he doing? Oh no, no, no! A van pulled up, at first stopping short of the cart, but then bumping it anyway. Aaron's Model 3 has a paint protection film wrap, so thankfully there wasn't any damage. Looks like the guy got out of his van to find a shopping cart parked conveniently right in front of him. What a lucky day! Maybe this incident wasn't the work of the cart demon, but he definitely exists, and we've lined up a few videos to prove it. Rob was driving his Model 3 in a parking lot in Belgium when he saw the cart demon going full send with a fully loaded cart. Luckily, the guy managed to stop the cart before it did any damage. Maximilian was at the supercharger in Fountain Valley, California, and another Tesla driver was too lazy to put his shopping cart in the cart return. This is just the kind of laziness that the cart demon depends on, folks. Maximilian was sitting in his car when the cart started to roll directly toward him. Fortunately, the guy caught it before it hit the Tesla. Maximilian says the guy was so lazy that instead of putting it in the cart return after it almost hit a car, he positioned it about 10 yards away from the cart return. Jermund had parked his Model 3 when a lady forgot to secure her shopping cart while looking at some flowers outside the entrance of a store. As we all know by now, this sort of situation is exactly what the cart demon takes advantage of. The fully loaded shopping cart came hurtling down the sloped parking lot and hit his Tesla in the passenger side front door. The lady was very sorry, and after a short discussion, she agreed to pay Jermund's deductible on his insurance claim. Repairs cost about $2,500 US. Jenny had parked her Model 3 in Temple City, California when a careless woman wasn't paying attention to her shopping cart. Would you blame this incident on the cart demon, or was this the woman's fault? Leave a comment and tell us what you think. Heber finished shopping at his local grocery store in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, Nevada. Anyway, Heber reviewed his Sentry Mode footage before leaving, only to find that a shopping cart had struck his Tesla. While he was assessing the damage, a store employee came up and told him he'd witnessed the incident. The driver of a pickup truck didn't put their shopping cart away, then hit the cart with his truck, which sent it hurtling toward the Tesla. Unfortunately, the grocery store employee didn't get the truck's license plate number, and it looks like it was too blurry to see in the video. The damage was minor, but still noticeable. Heber hasn't filed an insurance claim since his deductible is $1,000 US. Does this qualify as a cart demon encounter, or is this just an example of a terrible pickup truck driver? Michelle had parked her Model 3 at her home in Austria. Yeah, I bet you can guess what's going to happen next. The cart demon was huffing and puffing trying to move a big garbage can. This would definitely be a record for the cart demon, but it looks like he's still a little too weak to pull it off. Wait a second. Oh crap! The dumpster just missed Michelle's Tesla before crashing into her neighbor's car instead. She offered the owner a copy of the Sentry Mode footage just in case his insurance provider doesn't watch Wham Bam and isn't aware of the dastardly cart demon. John had parked his Model 3 in Austin, Texas. As he walked out of a Best Buy, he witnessed the cart demon in action. A cart was on the loose, so he started chasing it to stop it before it struck. Sentry Mode caught the whole ordeal on camera, as well as how it all started. Some guy took a cart, which apparently awakened the demon. After gathering strength for a while, the cart demon finally chose its target, a Mustang parked behind John's Tesla. Here's the exact moment John stepped out of the store and noticed the cart closing in on its prey. Running in an attempt to stop it in time, he shouted, "This is so going to Wham Bam!" Thankfully, he was able to stop the cursed cart. Way to go, John. You're this week's real MVP, and you've got a Wham Bam hoodie heading your way. Brandon had parked his Model 3 to go shopping in Onalaska, Wisconsin. When he got back to his car, he found a big dent in the passenger door. There was no car parked next to him, so he had no idea where it came from. When he checked his Sentry Mode footage, this video solved the mystery. A possibly possessed cart backed out of a cart corral, turned around, and made a beeline for the Tesla. Ouch, that was painful to watch. Brandon was able to get the damage fixed thanks to a paintless dent repair warranty program. Ethan was pulling off the highway to enter a parking lot when, what do you know, a lady was fending off the cart demon by pushing it across the road and into a cart holder. We're not sure if this tactic calms the cart demon down or just makes it angrier. Well, it looks like it only upset the cart demon further, and unfortunately, Clay was its next victim. Clay had parked his Tesla in the back of a Costco parking lot and took off with some friends for the evening. A couple of hours later, he got an alert on his phone that the Sentry Mode alarm was going off. Clay checked the live camera view and saw a grocery cart in front of his car. When he got back to the car, he found this Sentry Mode video showing how it had all happened. Out of all the places this cart could have gone, it somehow zeroed in on his front bumper. There was no major damage, just a couple of scratches, but Clay has a paint protection film that protects his Tesla from permanent damage. Richard parked his blue Model Y near a blue Model S. He asked us to say that blue is the best color. Have you noticed that Richard likes blue? So yeah, 2 blue Teslas. When he came back, he found a shopping cart resting against his car. He was annoyed that the cart demon had finally gotten to his car. Curious, he opened up Sentry Mode to see what had happened, and he almost couldn't believe his eyes. It wasn't the cart demon after all. It was the Model S owner who'd been too lazy to put the cart away and left it next to Richard's Model Y instead. Richard was feeling pretty blue after seeing this, since he'd assumed that blue Tesla owners would look out for each other. Thankfully, there was no damage to his Tesla's blue paint. Danny had parked his 1-week-old Model Y next to another Tesla in Delray Beach, Florida. He figured it would be safe with an extra set of Sentry Mode cameras watching it. When Danny got back to his car, he found a large dent in the side as well as a shopping cart nearby. While checking his Sentry Mode footage, he expected to witness the cart demon in action. Well, it wasn't the cart demon this time. The passenger of the other Tesla left the cart on a sloped sidewalk, effectively sending it straight at Danny's Tesla. Of course, they left without leaving a note. They did leave that big dent though, so Danny included their license plate number when he made a police report. Deborah was at a shopping center in Westlake Village, California. She was sitting in her Tesla and had no idea that the cart demon was closing in on her. Deborah jumped out and put the cart back in the corral. When she came back, she watched the Sentry Mode footage and discovered that this wasn't the cart demon's fault either. A careless shopper hadn't put the cart back in the cart corral correctly. Luckily, it didn't leave a mark, so Deborah decided not to chase after the woman.